Bernie embodies, to me, everything that a Jew should be. Cares about the others, cares about the poor. He's human, and I just hope to God he wins.
While the mainstream press is obsessed with calling Bernie supporters on Twitter mean because they've been corrected on much of the misinformation that they've been telling you, an actual Nazi showed up to a Bernie Sanders rally, showcasing a Nazi flag. Now, I'm going to play this clip for you. Pay attention to the top of the screen. That's where you'll see it. And look, I'm not going to make this whole video isn't going to be negative. I'm also going to show you afterwards a very positive, uplifting video about a Jewish group that supports Bernie and basically the work that they've been doing and why they support him. But first, let me get to this disturbing video. This was at a rally in Arizona, and you'll see what happens.
You're a very loud crowd. Let me thank all of you for coming out tonight. Let me thank the Red.
So this is the actual fight that we are up against. It's not about people being mean on Twitter. It's not about, snake emojis, as I'm going to get to in a second. It's about the actual evil that we are facing. These are real people. That was a real person, and that could have gone a lot worse. That person being allowed in there, this whole situation could have gone a lot worse than what actually happened. And still, what happened was a Nazi at a Bernie Sanders rally protesting the potential of the first Jewish president. Now, let me show you a joke here, because this at least brought some laughter to this disgusting story. David Spector tweeted out, "For those of you who aren't Jewish, let me explain how serious this is. It's like having someone tweet a snake emoji in your mentions. Maybe not that bad, but it's the only thing comparable." So that's in reference to, the mean Sanders supporters. Yes, that's the issue right now. The issue is people being mean on Twitter or, being corrected about the misinformation that you discussed on cable news. And then, Sanders supporters correct you. Oh, they're being so mean to me. How about the actual literal Nazis at campaign events? Are you going to make that into a story? Now, as I said, I don't want to end this or make this whole story about this negative piece of news. I'm going to play this fantastic video. This is the group Jews for Bernie. The Bernie Sanders campaign did a video on them. I want to play this, and I'll just end on this.
I think it's so important that Jews come together for Bernie because he is living our Jewish values. It hurts so badly when people try to erase Bernie's Jewish identity because, excuse me, it looks a lot like mine.
Bernie embodies, to me, everything that a Jew should be. Cares about the others, cares about the poor. He's human, and I just hope to God he wins.
There are two parts of Judaism that have really had a deep impact on me, and one is tzedakah, which is justice, and tikkun olam, repairing the world. Both those values have really been instilled within me, and I see them clearly in Bernie's policies.
To see the first Jewish American president would be a historic first. The value of having Bernie Sanders as the first Jewish president is the same reason that Bernie Sanders would be a great leader for so many other communities, which is he's going to stand up to the threats not just of Trump, but of white nationalism and of racism and hate.
As a young Jewish person, the rise of such a historic political figure like yourself is awe-inspiring. What does your Jewish identity mean to you, and why would it be significant for you to be the first Jewish president in the history of our nation?
Well, thank you. I can remember very vividly, as a kid, looking at picture books about what happened in the Holocaust. As it happens, my father's family was wiped out by Hitler. My brother and I and our wives went to Poland, to the town that he was born in. He fled terrible poverty and anti-Semitism. And they took us to a place where the Nazis had the people dig a grave and they shot them all, 300 people. If there is any people on earth who understands the danger of racism and white nationalism, it is certainly the Jewish people.
Anti-Semitism is on the rise because I'm not saying it wasn't there before, but now the stamp of approval has been given to hatred.
Bernie recognizes that in his identity as a Jew, he sides with all other marginalized people. Bernie is the candidate who has been the most outspoken against the occupation and has been the strongest in saying that he would condition aid to Israel if they continue to annex the West Bank. There's a narrative around Jews being pro-Israel at any cost and not supporting Bernie because of his statements around Palestinians. I am excited about Bernie being a Jew who is using that identity to side with all other oppressed peoples.
Why is this happening? Why do we have a Jewish effort right now at this moment? There is a fight in the Jewish community. I don't sugarcoat it. We need peace in the Middle East. The Israelis need it. The Palestinians need it. The giveaway to the far right of Israel by President Trump does nothing to help Israel's survival, does nothing to help the Palestinian people. All it does is ensure more pain and suffering across the board. You have to put someone in his place who's willing to stand up and speak truth to power. Someone who's willing to actually look at every human being as an equal human being. And that's what Bernie offers. And that's what we, in the Jewish component of Bernie's campaign, are all about.
What our foreign policy in the Mideast should be about is absolutely protecting the independence and security of Israel. But you cannot ignore the suffering of the Palestinian people.
Immigration justice, racial justice, economic justice, these are Jewish values. We need to have conversations with our own community, within the Jewish community, to help people see Bernie Sanders is good for the Jews, is good for all Americans, is good for anybody whose communities are under attack.
I really do believe that Bernie is the candidate who can beat Trump. I'm excited for Jews for Bernie to keep mobilizing, and I'm excited for the older generation to join and really fully support Bernie.
I am very proud to be Jewish and look forward to being the first Jewish president in the history of this country.
It's clear that the Jewish community is powerful, and when we show up for each other, amazing things happen. Like we knocked 1,300 doors today. The incredible energy of our community will come together around Bernie, and we will help get our first Jewish president into the White House.